This summer, I had the opportunity to go on a study abroad trip in Nicaragua, with the focus of the trip being on global health and community development. After doing research and preparing for the trip, I arrived in Nicaragua with one question I wanted to focus on. What is health? We spent a great deal of time helping out in the local health clinic in the small town of Las Salinas. The conditions are much different than clinics and hospitals we see in the United States. The clinic is also free and funded by the government, which means that the equipment is old, the clinic is low on supplies, and the environment is far from being sterile. We brought some supplies from the United States and were able to purchase more when we arrived in the country, and the nurses were very grateful. One of the most exciting items we brought to the clinic was a digital baby scale that could be used to accurately track babies' weights. This is crucial in developing countries like Nicaragua because of the risk of malnourishment in infants. And in Las Salinas, there are lots of infants, so it was especially important to replace the poorly functioning scale that they had from the 1970s. The three nurses in the clinic work so hard and see many patients every day. There are a lot of babies and pregnant women in the area, so they do a lot of ultrasounds, prenatal visits, and vaccinations. They also make home visits and do health education in the community. While we were there, they were educating the community about a new disease carried by mosquitoes and what precautions they could take to protect themselves and their families. Aside from our time in the clinic, we were also exposed to a different aspect of medicine in Nicaragua. The indigenous people of Las Salinas historically made their own medicine from the plants and fruits that were native to the area. While not as many people follow that tradition anymore, we were able to have some exposure as we spent an afternoon with Doña Reynalda. She has been practicing natural medicine for decades and offers her services to the community for little or no cost. She gave all of us examinations, and we were able to see firsthand some of the methods she used. While we were in Las Salinas, my classmate Cody led a workshop for mothers on infant stimulation. Before we came on the trip, we each chose a topic to research, and from her topic, she was able to find some activities for moms and their babies. There are very young mothers in Las Salinas, and not all know how to interact with their babies, which can have a big impact on their baby's development. Cody led the moms through different activities, like making a homemade rattle and playing peekaboo. Several moms came to participate in the workshop, and it seemed to be fairly successful. This is just a taste of what we did and experienced in Nicaragua, and I came to find that the definition of health is much deeper than I might have imagined. It is not just something that involves hospitals and clinics and the people who work there. Health is a complex concept that is affected by many different things, no matter what part of the world you are in. Health is the ability to play and have fun. It is how we experience beauty and nature. It is our relationships with others. Whether it is family or friends, health is affected by the connections made between two human beings, no matter what language you speak.